Hey y'all, it's Arwen. I told you I was probably going to do a video where I showed you how I shuffle and cut the cards because a lot of people have been asking. So I'm going to use my Gaian deck. I tend to shuffle this one. I tend to side shuffle. Things jump out. Or I shuffle like this. With this deck, I'm not as big on this kind of shuffling simply because it's a bigger deck. And even though I've got big hands, it's a little difficult for me. And this is, I think this is the Llewellyn version. Maybe not. It doesn't have Llewellyn's mark on it. Y'all, it's so sad. I don't know which ones are my mass markets and which ones are my limiteds anymore. And if you haven't heard, this deck is being brought back out by Shipper in March. You can pre-order already. I would suggest doing that. And it's just, people are pretty excited about it. Now, so I shuffle. And when I'm shuffling, I tend to be quiet. When I'm talking to you, when we're starting a reading, I'll be just shuffling while we're talking. And that's just my way of calming myself and my way of, you know, some people doodle, I shuffle. And then when we're ready, I tell my client, okay, I'm going to shuffle. When you're ready, tell me to stop shuffling. So we're going to pretend. Okay, Arwen, I'm ready. Oh, good. Now, I'm going to ask you, are you left-handed or right-handed? And they're going to say right-handed or whatever. We're going to say right-handed for me. And I'm going to say, if you're with me, use your left hand, cut the pile into 3 sets towards your right hand. Now, this was the top, right? Because I've cut. Then I pick up from this side and restack. And that's how I start the tarot reading. Now, for me, the first thing I do is generally I lay out 3 cards to see if we're hitting the other person. And then I'm going to ask them to focus on their question. And they don't have to tell me the question. But what I do want is for them to focus on that question and then give me a number between 1 and 10. And then I will pull, we'll say 4 was the first number. 3, I put those to the side and I pull the first card for them. And then I'm going to show them that card and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to hold it up and say, oops, you know, it's the 9 of fire and blah, 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 and whatever comes to me about that. For me, this is a good card for me today because it talks about being centered, being in the right space for the coming trip because I'm leaving on a long car ride today to take a cat to somebody. You know, and then I'm going to do a help card and a hinder card. We're going to look at the help. It's the World, which is a lovely card. And the hinder card is the tree. Now, the tree as a hinder card for me tells me right now is not the best time to be pausing, to be slow, to be taking time out. The universe is kind of going, Arwen, get off the computer, get your ass in gear, girl. And then we're going to go through, you know, I'm going to say next question, read, blah, 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 okay, what number, blah, 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 get down to that number. And this pile is important for me because at the end of the reading, I'm going to have a pile of, it depends. I've sometimes had piles as much as 35 cards over here, depending on the reading. And then I'm going to count and tell them, you know, there's 25 cards. We're just going to take a guess. And what number do you want to see as something new? Or something on what we've already read. So it's kind of a universe's last comment on this spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I was close with 25. So we're just going to pull a card. The Magician. I will make things happen. Use all your tools. That's how I do it. If I'm doing a really fast reading for myself, that's how I do it. The bottom card is a card that I tell people is a teacher card. It's a reminder card. It's a shadow card. And mine is the 8 of Water. So in this little mini reading for myself, this tells me that I need to keep working on moving away from emotional baggage. If you watched my Samhain ritual reading for myself, you'll know that that has a theme for me right now. So, and I think it's a theme for some other people in my life. Now, I hope this helped you in the way that I cut. If I was cutting from the other side, what I do is make 3 piles. So I go from 1 pile, 2, 3. And then I take that pile and make it the top. So I know somebody asked me that, and I cannot remember who asked. I'm sorry. I think it might have been that SCD. I don't know what your name is, sweetie. I'm really sorry. And you see all my messy stuff back here? This is because I have not cleaned up. I don't know if you can see my desk. It's just crazy messy. That's one of my goals, is to get this room organized. Part of the problem is we have to find a place to put stuff. So, so hi y'all. Thanks so much for watching this little brief video just on how to shuffle and cut. We'll talk about cleansing cards and clearing them and things like that. You'll find that I am not someone who will say, don't buy a used deck, it might be cursed. Any witch worth her salt can fix that. So, you know, you're going to get decks. I've had a deck that had what I considered icky energy, and it was actually sticky. The deck was grimy. So, I just cleaned it. And, I mean, physically cleaned it. And then spiritually cleaned it. So, there are easy ways to do that. You don't have to get real complicated. You don't have to go buy, you know, the left nut of a Brahmin bull. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I get real honest, and it's still real early in the morning here. Because, like I said in yesterday's video, I'm doing these Monday morning before I leave for my trip back to Texas. So, if this is Wednesday, tonight's Witchy Woman Wednesday, and Ember and I will be talking. Ember, if you're watching this, it's tonight, not next week, woman. But we'll have texted and chit-chatted about what we're going to talk about. So I hope you'll join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. And maybe we'll try live streaming down the road so that y'all can come in and actually ask us some live questions, and we can do that. That might be a lot of fun. Seek joy, y'all. I'm Arwen of Tarot by Arwen. Have a great week. And keep sharing this out. Oh, the 1333 contest. We're done. It's over. But I'm not going to be able to draw names until Sunday. So tell your friends, if they subscribe still, they can be in on the 1333 contest. So however many people we have by Sunday, everybody will be in the drawing. So, and remember, if I can't see your name on my subscribers list, I can't pull your name because I don't know you're a subscriber. It only shows me people who let me see that they're a subscriber. So, I apologize to those of you who, for whatever reason, need to keep your subscription secret. I honor that. I totally understand. But I'm psychic, but I'm not that psychic to go out and pull, names out of the air. But Sunday, with the Tarot Scope, with the main video, I'll announce the 1333 winners. Bye, y'all. Seek joy.